Yeah, you can turn the phone on. Let's see here. Hold on a second. This should be private, so no one else should be seeing it. Is your audio working good?
Yeah, I can turn the volume up here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear you. I'm plugged in.
No background feeding?
No, sir.
Huh. Hey, Mel, I thought you were white.
Really? Well,
I can't lie. I didn't know.
That's hilarious. Well, I was adopted up here to a Mennonite family. I'm not ready for Pennsylvania.
You're Amish?
Ex-Amish.
Shut the fuck up. You are not. You are not, right?
No, I was raised by Mennonites, but I'm not. Seriously, I was adopted up here. I grew up on a farm, and then after that, I went to the Marine Corps, got into the trades, but I'm not Mennonite myself.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm from Florida originally. I was down there for about till I was 7, and I grew up in an orphanage. So I was 14, got adopted, came up here, lived up here for 4 years. When I was 18, took off to the military, 4 years of that, and then got into the trades. That was in 2008. I got out. Went in 2004.
God damn. So you had it easy.
What's that?
You had it easy.
Not yet, but it's coming.
But I mean, you realize a lot of people that have had those stories won't be successful because a lot of the things happen to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, hey, Mel, for someone just stopping in that is watching this, can you tell me before we met, like, what was going on?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to run an HVAC business, trying to make money with it, obviously, and support my family. And I was trying things, but not really getting traction of where I needed to be to take it to the next level. So there's a lot of just kind of like chasing tail, so to speak, for me personally. And just on the financial side, I just wasn't, making money to be able to bust moves to move to the next level and set myself up financially.
Okay, and then how did you even find me, or what was the deal? Or
yeah, so I'm a big reader, and I like podcasts and YouTube videos. So I was at night, and he was like, "Hey, dude, you got to figure out how to make this work." Searching at night on YouTube, ran across your video and another guy's video. One thing I liked about your videos, actually, you showed your card, so to speak, where the other guys gave the knowledge. They didn't really show you that they proved what they're saying was legit. You were free with your information. I reached out to see if I could gain some insight and some knowledge and change my position in the game.
So, if I remember correctly, 6 days ago you sent me an email, which would have been like on a Friday.
Yes, sir.
And then we were supposed to talk, or was it maybe Thursday? We were supposed to talk Friday, and then I got busy, and then I said, "Let's talk Saturday." Is that maybe that's how it happened, right?
Yes.
So just like this last Saturday. And since we've had some conversations, what kind of changes have you made?
Oh man.
I mean, let's break it down. I mean, how much stuff did we? I mean, did we kind of do?
I mean, I got my board here. I'm switching the camera. I'm just looking at it, but I got at least 30 things you had to do as far as infrastructure set up, so that as things would change for me, I could handle it. Because it's great if it changes, but it's not so great if you can't handle it. So there's a lot of those little pieces, setting up, how to talk to customers, what is your purpose when you're really going out there, service agreements, servicing, giving good customer service, giving them options. I worked out in the field as a tech, and a lot of times it's just, hey, they send you to a house, you get the call done, and you leave, and that's it. From a business standpoint, that's totally not what you want to do. You want to go there and build value with the customer, explain things to the customer, and actually do them a good service. from talking to you, that kind of changed my perspective and going out and doing it. Yeah. I spoke to 5 customers this last week. I probably picked up 5 customers, and every one of them trying to service it. Offering it to them, letting them know about it, showing them the dirty blowers, taking photos, really slowing down, and just making sure I was methodical about what I'm doing. Just instantly, the customer sees that versus the guy that comes in, changes the filter, watches the unit, and he's out in 40 minutes. So yeah, I've gained 5 customers.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. So what kind of work did we start talking about that you did like over the weekend on your business? I mean, what are some of the things that, we talked about, and then obviously it was your decision to change it.
Right.
But like, what are some of the things that you realized it needed to kind of change?
I think the biggest one, I mean, I'll get into the specifics, but the biggest one is just like the mind shift change. You talk about, you got to like, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to build something? So for me, it was just recognizing, hey, if you're going to do this, there's a way about it. And then when we start going in those processes, getting a uniform, getting a shirt with your name on it, setting up logos, hooking up with local community organizations such as home warranty companies, and building those relationships have been helping me tremendously too, as well as bringing in new customers and also for work. Some of the other things we did, setting up like a phone system in my house. So instead of me being in the attic trying to answer the call, I got a phone system now at the house that answers it. And that's been huge. I implemented a software for the field. From paperless, I used to be writing things on paper, trying to bring it back, double entry. I'm no longer doing that. I'm paperless that way with that. Some of the other things we got on here is joining the Round Table, which is an organization that helps businesses.
I mean, you got a lot of action items, but I mean, you can't obviously do it in a week. But
right.
There was some. I think there was some videos of mine that you watched, and then we talked about it. And then I would say the 2 things that I seen is, what did you tell me you found?
Oh, the gym of gyms. I'm sorry, I forgot that. So one of the things I learned is if you can actually go and get another business's phone number that was in business that's no longer in business and have that number turned on and service those customers. I found a company that was in business here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania for 72 years. They did over 100 million in revenue, and about 2 years ago, they went out of business due to legal reasons. And fortunately, I found those numbers. There's about 10 of them, and I'm fixing to have those 10 numbers directed towards my house. And basically, all those customers that have those stickers throughout 72 years in their house will now be directed towards me. It was literally like bringing the dead back to the life.
What was your process of finding that?
The process of finding it is just I went online right away. I didn't necessarily have a phone book from 2004 quite yet. So I went online and just kind of browsed around, and then I was calling those numbers, and I would call those numbers and there would be no response to them. So based off that, then I would just go visit their website, and on the website I seen it said permanently closed. So then I just did some Google search about it and seen, hey, they were shut down due to A, B, and C. They're in business for 72 years. They covered 8 counties. And that's what a little Google research and some calling, and you can find all that out.
Was it real hard?
No. And it was so worth it. I saw that company for 72 years. They were here in Lancaster County, longer than I've been living. And that was huge to have those numbers and be able to pull customers from that.
Well, another thing we could do too is we could try and get their domain name from their website and own that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, that's another little nugget. But so we talked. You'd watched my video, I think, about home warranty companies, and then we kind of talked about it.
Yes.
What was the kind of advice that I mentioned to you? and tell us your whole experience, start to finish, with what you did and then what happened.
Okay.
And this is all since Sunday to Monday, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Perfect. So home warranties have a agreement where you can become a partner with them, and they will basically give you work orders or work to complete for them. So the process was going online, filling out an application. They ask you questions about your business and legal issues, insurance, to make sure you make it how you're supposed to be. So I filled about 10 of those out, and I think it might have even been on a Saturday. I was filling out one, and I literally filled it out at 10 o'clock. At 10:45, I had 10 work orders come to my email on jobs they needed completed in my area. So they were flooding my email with jobs. Hey, jobs here, AC here, AC there. I did start to notice some of those were a little further drive than I necessarily wanted to take in my area that I service. I simply just made a call and said, hey, I can't drive 3 hours away, but if you have anything closer, I'll work with you. They shot me some that were a little closer. I went on my first one there. It was like maybe 20 minutes from my home. Went there, serviced the customer. They signed up for a service agreement. There was some figuring some stuff out for sure with the process of how they want it done and how the home warranty system works. Definitely a learning curve there. But long story short, I was able to get through it, got through my first customer, got comfortable, starting to figure out their process of how you handle things and how they handle the warranty. I mean, literally the home warranty, I could work every nothing else but home warranty. But the home warranty all day. Sure.
So this week, did you make any money on those? I mean, obviously you didn't probably make a killing, but I mean,
absolutely. And even better than I made money and also picked up new customers. You know, they signed the service agreement, so I'm going to see them again. One of the units was from 1991. So it's not a matter of if it's going to go. It's going to go. So I was able to get them up and running, sign a service agreement, and
yeah. And then you're tell us a little bit. You know, for someone new watching, I know your story, but how long have you been in business?
Not very long. I would say maybe full time and actually doing what I'm doing now. I would say maybe 2 years.
How many years?
2 years.
Okay, and would you say when we turn the home warranty, or excuse me, when I say we, because I was kind of, I feel like I'm invested in this and I'm just
Absolutely.
working with you. But did you feel a shift in the way your business was running once you did that compared to last week, the week before?
Yes. Anxiety, I think every contractor business is like, where is your next customer coming from? Where's work coming from? With having a flood of work coming at you to where the point you got to turn it away, it just opened up to your eyes to the realization of this is very possible. You have more work than you can handle. And that was just one company. I was just one home warranty company that's keeping me fully busy. Out of the 10 that I filled out, if you could service 10, great. Unfortunately, with me just being by myself currently right now, I can only handle so much. But one home warranty company literally sends me 16 calls a day. Work order to be completed.
Yeah. So you made money this week, right? Just on that.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then what are some of the other things that kind of took place that were like highlights throughout the week and stuff that I was telling you probably ought to focus on?
Yeah. Just going on. The main thing was slowing down. That was a big one. Slow down when I go there and realize what I am there for. And once I took that mindset on and realized, okay, like you got to make sense of this. You got to slow down, and really think about and be methodical about not only just what you're doing in the service, but also explaining what you're doing to the customer. So in the process of me talking to you, getting kind of a line or script of how I want to do it and trying something new, I was able to turn over 3 change outs this week alone. I haven't had anybody deny me this week. It's rolling. Going to the house, give them options. I also signed up for some financing, which is another game changer. I want to mention financing is huge. Going into someone's house and instead of saying, hey, it's a $5,000 job, or you could have 12 months no payment, zero interest. After that period, 5.9% interest, or you can have a low 50-month payment. Those options really help because people are like, okay, now this guy's not just here to just make quick cash. He's here to give me options. And a few of the customers are loving that, and to be able to add on a couple other projects that you're trying to get done and delay the payment versus a lump sum has been huge. So finance is something I definitely recommend adding, that you recommended.
So like when you start to scale up and you have, some employees, you could go in there and say, okay, we're going to change out a complete system, and then we could do the duct cleaning or do, new duct or.
Exactly. Throw your water heater in there. Hey, that water heater's from 1992. While we're here, let's just change that out with it too.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives the customer options, and they only have to have the inconvenience of having someone in their house once compared to multiple times. And then let's say their financial situation changes later, and then they can't finance nothing, and they need a water heater, and they're stuck.
Right.
So you really didn't do a good job for them. But
right.
Would you say would you say it'd be fair to say since Saturday to Thursday night tonight, what's it, May 6th, probably the best week you've had in business?
Absolutely. It's been the best week I've had in business. Absolutely. And the
numbers
show it.
Yeah. So if someone was thinking about opening a business, or let's say they just opened or they've been in business and they really haven't kind of put it all together, do you think they could have learned anything from just watching my videos and maybe even shoot me an email?
Absolutely. You never know until you try, but at the end of the day, what you don't know will hurt you, if not kill you. So for me, reaching out, knowing I didn't have all the answers, but being willing to reach out, and then on the other end, you being willing to give me that knowledge and that insight is tremendous. It's a game changer. I would still be going in the same direction I was if I didn't decide to change directions, which led me to you. And then just a few changes in my infrastructure, a few changes in how I go about and what I'm doing in business has changed tremendously, financially and as a business owner. I just feel like when I get up, I'm on it. I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock and not even tired. It's hard to sleep because you're thinking, dude, it's rolling. The jobs lists are already filled up. I can fill a calendar up. At this point, I'm looking at I got to get help. So I'm not physically able to do it myself. So now it's to the next point of you got to get help. You got to scale it up to be able you can handle the work. I don't want to throw all the work that's coming my way away.
Yeah, I mean, you could always raise your prices a little bit and make people wait. I never like to make people wait just because that's not how I'm really wired. I like to do the work and do a good job, get paid. But we're still working on a lot of changes, and there's quite a bit of things to know when you're in business, right? And just now, here's another question, and we talked about it. I think it was yesterday. You probably had the best week you've ever had in business, but did you spend 40 hours in the week working from like 8 to 4 physically in front of a customer?
No.
And if you I know you work more than that.
Right, for sure.
But I mean, your physical face-to-face time at a customer's house wasn't 40 hours. It'll probably be after the 7 days this week.
Right.
With all the stuff you've got going on.
You're right, for sure.
So let's go over the big jobs. Can you just, briefly say what they were or what they're going to be?
So the big jobs: gas furnace, AC change out.
And how did that come about? How did that whole ball get rolling? How did the customer come? What was your thinking behind it? I mean,
well, one of those was you actually shift my change in thinking. I was thinking, hey, go do service calls, or not service calls. I was thinking of in the process of putting all these pieces in places, doing this and that, I say, hey, I got to get money. You're like, set up some maintenances. So I did that. I called and said, hey, I'll come out. Let me get 2 maintenance on the schedule. I went out.
And we literally did that the night before, right? I'm like, you need to call your existing maintenance customers.
Exactly.
And just by taking that little bit of action and doing it the right way, you discover that the person actually needed a new system, right?
Exactly. They needed a new system, and they were aware of it. And it was a simple, you need a new system. This is what we can do for you. They literally approved on site. And I was heading to get the equipment the same day that evening. That was one of the jobs. Another one of the jobs, went to the house. It was an older system. It was an older lady. It was an R22 system. And at this point, there was really no sense in trying to do repair. It's time to replace it. And same situation, kind of just explain her what was going on and explain to her it would save her long-term to replace it versus me continue to patch it. And she moved forward with it at the price as well. So that was another one. That's an attic unit, straight AC. One of the other installs was off of a maintenance again too. I went there to do a maintenance, and I mean, it was in the attic system that they currently have is rusting out anyway. So I took some photos, went down, sat down with them, showed them. I said, you're not trying to air conditioning your attic, so it's probably time. And they, same thing, they sat down and straightforward. And then this evening, on the way home, we were cleaning, took some pictures of some duct work, sold a duct cleaning, sanitizing, fogging the duct work, UV, whole house treatment, and also doing, they signed up for a service agreement. That was a good one tonight too.
Pretty good week, right?
Yeah, it was an excellent week. Excellent week.
Yeah, I think it's pretty inspiring. I've been watching this whole thing transform in this short period of time, and it's like everything we kind of talked about, you're marching right along. And I'm an ex-Marine vet, and you're an ex-Marine vet, and when you reached out to me, I felt kind of compelled to kind of give you my all. And what would you say your experience was with me as a person and what I was all about? I mean, what did you experience, and what were you kind of, I guess, if someone didn't know me and now I think you really kind of have a better understanding of me, what would you say I'm all about?
So let me give you a perspective of what I didn't know you when we weren't talking. It was just through a YouTube video. So I watched your videos and a guy off the internet too, that gives HVAC knowledge. I like your video again. It's more factual, straight to the point. This is what it is. I know this is what it is. Been there, done that, and here's the information to show you that I know. From that point, I like that because it was straight to the point. You were honest. You put it out there, and there's a lot to be said about that. For me personally, I think. So from that point, I was like, all right, this guy's definitely worth me reaching out. He's legit. So I reached out, emailed, and I was shooting for when I was hoping you would. I figured, what reason does he have to help me? He don't know me, never met me, or any of that.
And how was that experience once we kind of connected?
So once we actually talked, once we finally, I was supposed to call you. I think I missed the call, and then I was like, shit, I thought that was it. When you actually called me back and you got with me again and we talked, I was like, this is the connection I needed. I felt my energy, and I think you hear me use that a lot. Like I feel differently when we speak, and even so when we speak and I go do the action. It makes me feel a lot more different. But honestly, from my experience being with you, it's very open. I'll give it to you a straight shooter, no sugarcoating it. I personally like that. I'm direct. We're both veterans, and you know how the Marine Corps is. It's pretty straight. There's no sugarcoating around it. So I appreciate that it was straightforward. It was things that I could implement right away. You meet a lot of theorists. I like more practitioners. So for me, the win-win for me was you were very much a practitioner, meaning you actually had done this, got out, did it, not read it in a book, not heard on a podcast, you bought a book and said, hey, I figured it out. For me, that was great because I can tell you it works. I implemented myself here and it's working. Those small steps, I'm not even a quarter of the way set up of what I need to be. I got plenty of work left to do here, but in a short week, I literally went from the north to the south, so to speak, in progress in the right direction. So my experience with you is I definitely enjoy the mentorship. Coach gives it to you straight. This is what it is. Take it and run with it. Let's see what you can do. And I like it. You try to keep me accountable. And the scoreboard's looking good right now, so I'm loving this ball game. I'm loving it.
Well, when we talk about stuff, I can break it down to like the ridiculous, like all the way down to maybe like play by play.
Yes. And that's through experience. You only really get that skill through experience, and that's when I say a practitioner, I mean somebody that's actually done it, not a theorist. They've read about it, researched about it, but not actually done it. And in an HVAC, it comes down to being a practitioner, really.
Yeah, I mean, I break it down like to the nitty gritty with how to train, deal with employees, to scrap, to every little angle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a complicated person. I'm from Amish Town, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, farm boy. So I like things simple. And if I can figure it out, they can figure it out. It's simple, You just follow instructions.
And how much am I charging you?
Nothing, which I was shocked, honestly. I'll be honest with you. So I thought at some point, like, it's going to cost you, Mel, at some point. And that conversation never came. And I think we had a conversation. We were talking about it wrapping up. And, I was just, in the moment, I was feeling so good coming home. And, like, I could feel it. I was close to it. I'm on the track now. I keep this thing on this track. For sure, it's going to hit. But before I had to change, and now I know it's on the track. You've had it on the track and you've ran it on the track. It's real easy. You follow these steps, and it stays on track and it gets you to where you want it. And I just appreciate that. And I want to, again, I'll get back to what I was saying the other night. We talked, and you wanted nothing in return. You just wanted the same thing you got to receive, is some success. And along the way, somebody helped you, and I really appreciated that you're just paying it forward, not necessarily for a reward. You go anywhere on the internet, you talk to you. I went through that road too.
Yeah, I had to turn down my mic. My grandson lives with us, and he's
no worries.
I don't know if you can hear that, but he's.
I love it. I love the little ones. I got a 5-year-old.
Yeah, so it's. Yeah, I could tell that. You're willing to take some action. I'm like, well, I'm going to see what we can do. Yeah. And did you meet anybody else this week besides me?
Yes, I did. I met Billy with Rocket Air Heating and Cooling down in North Carolina. Him and his wife, and big shout out to him as well. He's helped me throughout the way. There's been no time that I couldn't call him. He's a good old boy. I was stationed in North Carolina in the Marine Corps, and right away when I heard him, I could tell by his slang. He was a good Carolina boy, but willing to help me at any time. I was struggling with the home warranty process of how to bill it, how you get paid, and how it works. He's been through it. His wife is really diverse in it, and she was willing to even talk to my wife and help us figure out the office part of it here. And he's doing great things down there too as well. And he's like me; he's just willing to take a shot on himself.
And how did he sound after? Because I've been working with him too, and he's only been in business like a little over a month.
Yeah. Oh, he's loving it. He's loving it. He's working to 8:30 at night and not worrying about it. How many people get up, bright and early at 6:30, work to 8:30, and you can say, I'm happy at the end of the day. This is what I want. This is what I aspire to do. And I remember working for the guy from 8 to 4 and not happy at all. So to do it for yourself and to see progress to see success, and not just financially too. I think in the process of like kind of who you become, how you feel, overcoming those fears, and just becoming, for me, becoming just even more of a man, a father, a business owner. It forces you to change when you do things outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's only been a week, and the changes are amazing. And here's what I know, and I don't want to pop your bubble, but we could have some, we're going to have some peaks and we're going to have some valleys. So
Absolutely.
we've got to be prepared for when it slows down, and then what we do when it slows down is we just redo what we did to get busy.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
And then we just, it's really not challenging once you know what the plays are. If someone just happened across this video that we're going to post, and I ain't posting it now live, but I'm going to post it here later. Is there any kind of videos that you would recommend if they're in business, or they're just, what would you recommend? Like, if someone's out there and they're in business and they're struggling,
yeah.
what would be maybe one of my videos that you would recommend that they might just take a peek at before they emailed me?
Take a look at, should you be a business owner in 2021? Get the facts straight. I would take a look at what's possible for you as a business owner. Is another video on there. I don't know if that's the exact title, but it's talking about what's actually possible, and then you actually show what's physically possible for you on that video.
Where I go through my finances?
Yes. That was a big game changer for me. I hate to say that, but let's be real. At the end of the day, when you can see the scorecard of the student, you know what's good. And for me, that was a game changer versus a guy saying, hey, you can go have $1 million in sales and only bring $40,000 at home.
Well, we don't need to talk about him, but yeah. Right. I mean,
yeah, for me, that was huge. I would say go check out the home warranty video, how to set up and get hooked up with the home warranty videos.
Do you wish you would have done that sooner, had you known?
Absolutely. That'd probably be the first thing I would do if I had known it. One of the first things I would do is get connected with any home warranty, 10 of them that's local near you and your community.
When I search on YouTube, I don't see a lot of guys putting that like real life stuff out there like that. It's usually tied to hey, buy my book or sign up for my course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest, like, who out there, because most guys have these egos where I'm not doing home warranty work, I can't make no money. Well, it's because of you, not because you can't make any money, because there's money to be made if you go in there the right way.
Exactly.
And I think Billy is doing almost probably like 50% of home warranty work. And
yeah,
when I hear him on the phone, I hear a smile from ear to ear. So, I mean, is it possible for a one-man guy to go out there and make a living, you think, just doing home warranty work, if that's all he chose to do?
I mean, just try it. I mean, it's not even that hard really to see if it's true. You literally can just go fill an application. It costs you nothing to fill it out, just your business info. And next you just watch your email get flooded. It's literally, you fill out an application and they give you work. And absolutely it's possible to go out and have a business strictly through home warranty. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you're picking up not only just work, but you're also picking up service agreements, new customers to build your business.
Do you think it'd be realistic a guy could make 50 grand? And here's the deal, 50 grand ain't a lot of money, but I mean, to maybe some people, 50 grand is a lot of money.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it'd be unrealistic if you did home warranty work to make 50 grand. I mean, I think it'd be more like 100 if you do it, but
yeah.
I think 50 would be pretty cheap.
50, you could easily triple that if you wanted.
It's like a buffet, right? All you can eat.
It literally is. It literally is a buffet.
Could you go out and be working tonight if you wanted to, in theory?
Yeah,
with those?
I could be working to probably 11, in theory.
Like if you didn't want to have a life, I mean, you have the scheduled work sent to you for free for customers that are willing to pay, and a company willing to pay you. So like if you were behind on your bills, or if you were in a hole and you were trying to get out, or, you know, you had to make some money and you were serious. I mean, in theory, you could work 16 hours a day until you tapped out. And you could take those farther calls if, you know what I mean? Like if someone was really, really hungry.
Absolutely. I mean, you could have 5 guys and do that with them. Literally, you could feed 5 guys through the home warranty work.
Yeah. But I mean, some guys are hungrier than others, you know, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, for me, you know, I'm not doing 10 million a year. So for me, it's like, it's an opportunity. It's there. And it's not something I had to go spend dollars and try to acquisition this customer. This customer's coming straight to your email saying, hey, will you service me? And it doesn't get better than that, does it? I mean,
yeah, I mean,
you got 16 calls. Which one are you going to? Versus, you know, 2 weeks ago, I'm trying to figure out how do I get the phone to ring? You know, where is this next customer coming from?
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of pressure, family.
My anxiety, after we have set this up, my anxiety has gone from like a 10 to, I would say a 5. I mean, there's always going to be some because you got to perform at the end of the day. But I would say like a 5, and so much more manageable. It's not necessarily am I going to get work? It's more, hey, which calls are you going to go run now? That's a lot better feeling. A lot better feeling.
Has it changed your?
Even my wife helps me out quite a bit. Even with her, you know, I can just tell, and with this week, what I've done in just this last week alone, and revenue and just generating new customers. You know, she's asking me questions like, when do you think I'll be home? You know, my wife works currently. You know, what can we do here? You know, she sees the volume. You're going to need help. Hey, all those calls coming in that email, how are you going to manage that and y'all do the work? So for her, she actually sees now, like, this is a legit business. I have legit work every day that I can go perform. I could have 3 other guys with me beside me and send them on those calls every day. And I just think for your spouse or yourself to be able to see that and know that, that's huge. That's
yeah. Did you ever think she was starting to doubt maybe where you were going? And I mean, that's kind of a personal question.
No,
but
for sure. You know, at some point, people want to see progress, and so did I. I want to see progress. I don't want to just be out here for however long and not have any progress. So I think for her, it was just like, you know, you're doing all this, but where is it actually, or where are we going? And just within this week, and setting up processes, setting up software that handles all my field work. I'm paperless now in a matter of a week. Transition that out, or financing, and all those moves this week is just, they've led to all the sales. They've led to these jobs that I've gone to, setting those up, in my opinion, putting me in position to take advantage of these leads that I got and I were able to take advantage of. Before that wasn't there, and I was trying to figure out all those pieces. A little bit of guidance, following directions, doing it, implementing it. My anxiety, like I said, went away, and my process is a lot more simpler now, actually. I'm still doing the same thing, just way more simpler, which makes it easy when you got like systems in place. Well, I mean, I love it, seriously.
And what was some of, I don't know if you remember this, it seems like it's been a year, but we were talking, you know, finances and spending money. And what was I telling you the whole time? You got to make the money first, right? You got to do with what you got now.
Exactly.
Right. I didn't tell you to go out and spend $1 million on this. I'm like, we got to go get that money.
Exactly.
So then we can afford to do the things we need to do. I didn't tell you to go spend a bunch of money first.
No. And I can tell you, for anybody watching this video, it is literally worked. Follow the steps and just do it, and just watch. Don't be a doubter. So many people just doubt right away without even trying. I tried. It works. And continue on this journey. You know.
Is it hard? It really ain't hard, is it? Once you know it.
It's just like changing a couple moves. You know, you don't know what you don't know, and I think you got to be open to realize that. And then once you realize that, you go find direction and you do that. I mean, literally, all I had to do was just listen. I didn't come up with it. You know, I wouldn't have known this. I literally just had to listen and then do it. I don't know what to say besides that. You know, you kind of do it, and you'll see. My bank account speaks for itself. The revenue collected this week speaks for itself. It's been a great week.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't quitting. We still got a lot of work to go do and keep pushing. And you got to come home and schedule and call. And I mean, it's you're busy, right?
Exactly. And I'm learning new skills every day. Talking to you, and then that's helping me. Just when I think I got out, here's something else you need to start working on and keep.
Yeah, we ain't even scratched the surface yet. That's what I keep telling me. Just like, man, I'm like, we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks.
I got a notebook over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is just filled from brim to brim with just everything I'm learning. It's so much you can't put it in the noggin.
Hey, I'm gonna that notebook. That's the wrong kind. But I'm gonna give you a pass. I told you to get a stenographer's notepad because that one goes from side to side.
Yes.
Stenographer is like what it goes up and down.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay.
But hey, at least you got a notebook, so I'm not.
I have the information down. I can always transfer it, and that's the thing. This is like my Bible now. This is the Ren Bible, and I appreciate it highly.
Well, it keeps you focused on what you got to accomplish, right?
Exactly. One of the best tricks you told me also was by putting it in this. So on days I am slow and I'm not running here and there and everywhere, I don't have to wander aimlessly. I can come back to my Bible, open it up, and say, "Oh, this is some of the stuff we got. Perfect. Let me just jump back on this and get on it." That's huge because now my mind knows that.
You don't have to sit there and try and think about it all the time. It's right there. You just open it up and go, "Shit, I got to continue to work on this."
I never have to worry about what I need to do because that tells me what I need to do. It's like a calendar.
Well, and it'll keep track of the processes. And then here's the deal: one day you'll be like, "I know how to do all this shit." Someone asks you, the first thing you say is, "Go get your notepad." Right? I mean, we're going to talk about it, and there's action item on it, and the first thing we got to do is service the customers, go out and make some money, and then we're going to build a business. We're going to build a monster. But you can't really build a monster until you start servicing the customers. Customers come first.
I learned that week.
And it ain't, you're very personal, so you probably do well with the customers, but we've been on this thing 42 minutes. I don't want to give all our secrets away. I'd like to maybe update this next week with a part 2 to just kind of, maybe even if it's shorter or maybe the week after, and let's just kind of document the stuff you're going through. I think it'd be interesting for you and maybe someone else that's just kind of hopping in, kind of scared, nervous, don't know where to turn.
Yes.
Because they might call you. Right?
Yeah, it could be, absolutely. And I'll have more data, more analytics to look at for sure. This week has been a fantastic week. It hasn't even got hot here yet, so sky's the limit.
Hey, who did you decide to use for your mobile
software?
Yeah, for your program.
House Call Pro.
Okay, yeah, maybe after you've used it for a week, we can kind of understand, what are some of the pluses and minuses on that.
Absolutely.
And maybe share it to someone that maybe is still writing invoices. Because I think you want to, here's the deal, make sure you get those emails like we talked about.
Yep. Actually, and that's a great feature on House Call Pro. It captures that. I got my Chimp email already attached to it. And that's great.
Well, and then on your invoice, you got to put, please leave me a Google review.
That's already part of the app. As soon as you said you text it to them, I already have 5 Google reviews from just setting up a couple of days ago. So that was great. It's a feature, and that's what I'm saying. It ties everything in. Like, that was one of the tricks you gave me. Hey, all that 10 steps you want to do, one software can handle all that. Google reviews, sending them, invoicing them, quoting them, tracking it, scheduling, seeing profit and loss, being able to see what jobs I won, what do I have quote out there, what's my service agreement. It even gives me reminders of, hey, they're coming up in 6 months. Maybe you want to call and see what's good. I can upload photos. It's a powerful software that integrates and has like a good algorithm to it that integrates everything very well.
Well, here I'm gonna give anybody that's watching this. This is gonna be like a nugget, and we're like 6 months away, and you don't even know it yet. But I'm gonna tell you right now. So, let's say it's Thanksgiving. Let's say it's the night before Thanksgiving. Everybody's in the holiday cheer, getting ready for that turkey and ham or whatever we do with celebrate, right? But what do people like to do the day after Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
Shop.
Oh, yes.
So let's say you have between now and then 500 emails from potential customers. And on Thursday, you, your wife, or whoever in the office sends out a Black Friday maintenance agreement special. $99 gets you 1 year's worth of maintenance agreements. And you send that to 500 people that you've already serviced. You're going to save almost 50% if you prepay for next year.
I just wrote that down, by the way.
We did that. I when I was in the office, I thought about it, and I had my office manager design an email for that. The first day we sold 26 maintenance agreements on Friday, and we turned around, and because I like to think strategy, I said, let's send out another email saying we're going to extend it to Cyber Monday. I think we sold another 15. You know what I mean? So that's like $4,000 to keep a customer. They're paying me to keep them.
Hey, Ren, that's why I like your strategy and I follow instructions.
I mean, would that work for you? I mean, now here's the deal. When I tell you, hey, get those emails, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get them. Absolutely.
Come Thanksgiving, we're going to have a Black Friday sale.
And that's huge too for you guys watching this way. Marketing, it's easy. You know, you get all their emails, you send everybody the same email, and it's done. You know.
Yeah, or like send all your maintenance agreement customers like, hey, next week we're going to be calling and scheduling. So and so is going to be calling. Start to think ahead what days you might want. You know, and then here's the deal: you can remarket to your service calls, whether it's a home warranty customer, whatever. It doesn't matter. Hey, fall's coming up. We're going to have a special on furnace maintenance, and we're going to send that out about the 1st of September, and we're going to give you a $25 off coupon, and then we're going to maybe have $100 off humidifier. Ask us about duct cleaning. And you're going to put that in front of everybody you've already talked to. Do you think you're going to have a better result than just sending out something in the mail?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know what I mean? That's how powerful this stuff can be. And you just keep remarketing to your customers and keep trying to bring in the good ones. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, I know you're an hour ahead of me. It's getting late, but I appreciate you updating me, Mel. So I'm going to end this broadcast and just hold on a second. All right. So thanks for sharing your story tonight.
I appreciate it. And Ren, I appreciate you and all your insight and willingness to share your knowledge with me. Honestly, it's been a game changer for me and my family. And they say thank you for sure. So do I.
Yeah. Semper Fi, man.
Absolutely.